It's Julian, and here we are today to talk about like an NFT project. So first we will make some few reminders on like what are NFTs, then present the project itself, and then give more details about our like kind of like investment thesis. Even though like it's not an investment advice, it's more like giving you like few ideas on what kind of like research, what kind of look of things to look for when you want to better understand an NFT project, and why not then invest in it. But be very careful, this like kind of picture is a reminder to say how difficult it is like to invest into NFTs. It's very speculative. It's very difficult to catch the movement, the hype, and so on. So really be careful. Try really like to make research, know your thing first, and then why not later on try to test stuff. So regarding NFT, so NFT stands for non-fungible token. So it's like you have like a unique piece of like one asset. So it's mainly known nowadays like because like it's a kind of like digital art, even though like there is way more applications regarding NFTs, but we will focus on digital art today. So the idea is like to give like some kind of like a certificate on the blockchain, kind of like a property title you have to showcase that you are the owner of like this item. Also, there is the concept of club. That is very powerful. Like for example, with like Bored Apes, and I think this is like more like club driven than really like community, and you have like more community project based like on more like the interaction you can see on Discord and so on, that are way more powerful than really like more project where you feel like you are part of a club. You take your picture to put it like as profile picture and so on. And definitely nowadays NFTs are seen like kind of like a store of value. I do agree on that, even though I think it's mainly true for very top projects that are always very, very expensive, like over $10,000. So a reminder on Solana. Solana is one of like, many people say it's like an Ethereum competitor, even though I'm not fine. I don't really like the way it is. For me, it's more like another blockchain with like different utilities. You can see that why it's very interesting to have Solana based NFT based project is that the cost per transaction is very, very low, and you have a lot of like transaction per second. So the scalability of Solana is very important, and especially this is the cost that is very nice, because like on Ethereum, if you want to do a swap, you will have like $50 or even more as gas fees, which is like very not convenient when you want to do a lot of interaction on the blockchain. So a bit of technical analysis regarding Solana. Of course, it's better to buy NFTs when you are at $90 than above like $200, because like since you are on the Solana blockchain, all the NFTs are sell in Solana, right? So Solana is somehow like the value of the market. So the health of Solana, the price action of Solana will really impact how NFT project will move on Solana, and this is why when you want to invest in an NFT project, do not forget that your NFT is based either on Solana or Ethereum. So the idea is like, this is why it's so complete, it's so difficult, because like you don't only have to manage like how the project is evolving and so, but also the asset on which like your project is compared. So it's very difficult, and sometimes you feel you can make profits or whatsoever because like you increase like your value like in let's say in Solana, but at the end of the day Solana like lose like too much values in terms of percentage, and so somehow you are losing money on this trade. So this is a good point. Another surprising point is like recently, like a few weeks ago, NFTs were more searched on Google than crypto. This is it's insane, and it really shows like how powerful is like the NFT hype somehow currently. This is the volume on OpenSea in hundreds of millions. So you have 200 millions here. You can see that the growth is quite significant, and the pace of the growth is very, very strong. Knowing that when you interact on Ethereum, you have a lot of fees, right? So imagine if like Ethereum were the gas fee was like the price was like of like doing an interaction on the blockchain was like 10 times less. I mean like the volume would be like completely insane. So today we would like to present you like this NFT project, which is like Degenerate Ape Academy. So it's one of the top projects on Solana right now, and this is like the basic NFT, like the NFT without any like items or rarity tools. Just you, the only traits attributes you have here is like the background color and like the fur color. So what you can do when you buy one NFT like that, so you buy somehow the property title that says that your address is owning the NFT. And after that, you can use this NFT like as profile picture on your socials. You can show it like to your friends or whatsoever, or you can print it to like put it like in your room or whatsoever. And so you have like private services. I don't know if this one is good. It's just like to give an example where you can just add like you upload your picture, and then you can buy like different size, and then you have like your NFT. You receive your NFT, and you can use it like in real life. So it's pretty cool, quite cool. So we are on the OpenSea of Solana, which is called Solanart. Even though like on Solana you have bunch of you have bunch of like platforms that have that are quite competitive, but definitely Solanart is the bigger one. And here we are like on the page of the project, which are Degenerate Ape Academy. So it's one of the top NFT projects in terms of volume and so market cap on Solana. But they are not the most expensive NFTs. There are like other projects that are more expensive. You can see that the minimum floor price, so the floor price is like the minimum price to buy one of the NFT of the series, like 60 Solana, which is like a bit above like $6,000. So you can see that you have like all the NFT listed. You have like the price you can buy at, the last price of this NFT. Let me find. You have also a bid. So when you are connected like with your Phantom wallet, because like since we are on Solana, you don't have like MetaMask, it's only Phantom. You connect your Phantom wallet, you add your Solana on the Phantom wallet through the Solana network, and then you can place a bid on which NFT you like. So for example, this NFT is for sale at $69 Solana, sorry, and someone like make an offer for 61 Solana. And so when you are the owner of the NFT, you will see like someone make like a bid, and you can either accept or decline the offer. And so this is like how like the NFT are looking at. So of course, it's very personal. I think NFTs are very emotional on the fact that you will probably like, for example, I will like this one, you will not like this one, and you will like this one, I will not like this one. So it's very difficult to say, you know. And some people do not like Degenerate Ape at all. That's the point. I found them interesting because like for me, since we had like the bored apes, it was very difficult like for a project that we're doing like some kind of like ape stuff, realistic 3D ape stuff, to really like make something different. And I think they really succeed on the fact that they did something very, very different on the face and so on. I think it's also very important on NFTs to stay focused on 3D NFTs, which are quite realistic, right? From my experience on Ethereum, 2D NFTs, even more if they have like a lot of pixel, you know, not well made, somehow are not the best store value as possible, right? This is why like the Bored Apes outreach outreach like all projects like CryptoPunks and so on Ethereum, I think. So you have like all the projects, and what's interesting is that for each apes you have like a number, right? So here the number of the ID of this ape is like 4688, and you can have like all these attributes of this NFT, and so the rarity of it, like for example having like a sushi in the mouth is like only 2% of the NFT have it, and so on, which give a global score of the NFT that give some kind of a rarity, and so you can compare NFT between themselves to have an idea of like, of course I better like this NFT, but as a rarity standpoint I will rather choose this one, right? So let's put the minimum price of like 200 Solana, which is like $20,000. So you will see that you will have like, if we study like the rarity, you will see that the bigger the price, the more important the price, the more rare are the NFTs. So it's very like an important factor to take into account. So this is why you have like some kind of this website, like how rare is it, where you can check the rarity of all NFT projects. So these are the top rare NFTs of this project, but very unaffordable. Or perhaps you can. It's like thousands of Solana. But let's say you want to buy, maximum price is like 200 Solana. So it will give you the rank of the rarity of the NFT compared to the price, right? So for example, this one is a better value for money than this one in terms of rarity, right? Because it's rarer and the price is smaller. So I think it's very important to take into action the price of the NFT, but also the rarity. There is a bunch of like NFTs on this, especially on this series, that are not rare at all, but looks very nice, right? So that's not the you will not have like a very good value for money. So this way we will move like to few points on what to look at and why, like just like an investment thesis, I do not recommend to invest in this project. Be very careful, it's very speculative and so on. It's just to present you, a way of thinking in order to better study the NFT project you are interested in and to make the right choice. So for example, what I find interesting in like this project is that there is a lot of NFTs in this project that are not very good looking for me personally, and I think we can generally agree that that's the case compared to Bored Apes. If you look at Bored Apes, they all look quite good, right? So on this series, that's not the case. So that's fine. I find that very interesting, right? There is also a lot of whale on this project, and this is some point I want to mention. So if we look at the latest sales on this project, so you can see like the NFT that was sold, the price, the seller, and the guy who bought the NFT and its address, right? And you can look that here you have AGEHU, right? And if you look, this is the same address, this is the same address, this is the same address, and so on and so on. So that can be a good point and a bad point. What is very important on NFTs is like to be sure that there is not too much watch trading or not watch trading at all, and there is no price manipulation of like big whales trying to buy all NFTs on floor to make price go up by like some kind of like FOMO. That you have only few people owning like the whole series of NFTs and so on. On this one, I think it's a good point because like this address is the address of like one of the top crypto hedge fund. So that's pretty cool, right? It means that your investment thesis can be right, but still be very careful, right? The main issue with like NFT is that it's not liquid at all, right? If you want to sell it, you have to put it at the floor price and wait that someone buys it, or above the floor price, but then your chance to have it sold is like more difficult. So that's a very important point. Of course, if you buy an NFT on Solana, the investment you are making is very correlated to like the Solana price. So do not like only buy Solana and buy NFT on Solana, right? Otherwise, like your portfolio is not well diversified and it doesn't make a lot of sense. Also, it's by investing on NFT on Solana, you make a strong bet on the Solana blockchain. So this is something you have to keep in mind. And this is why I think that NFTs on Matic or like on other smaller chain are not like that much successful, because I think for now people are okay paying the fees of Ethereum because like it's Ethereum, right? So that's very important. So of course NFTs are a store of value, and for me it's one of the biggest NFT project on Solana. So it's quite interesting because the price is way different than the price we can find like on Ethereum, because like so far Solana is not that big regarding NFTs, but I think there is some kind of like offset where Solana can try to close the gap with the big gap with Ethereum. So I just gave random ideas here, just to justify a bit the investment thesis. I don't say you should invest in this project at all. Be very careful, right? It's very difficult to say. Also, aspect I didn't mention is more like look at the community, look at the roadmap, look at the how people interact on Discord. This is like some basic stuff, but really be careful. It's very interesting to be on projects where like the roadmap, they deliver stuff, they are working hard, they are doing stuff that are very innovative and very interesting, like for the community, like they are doing airdrops and so on. A lot of ways that make the NFT very important for their projects and very like I don't know how to say that, like very interesting, like for people to buy and so on. So it was just like to present you some kind of like our view of like the NFT market, some kind of like investment thesis. Feel free to give us feedbacks and try to keep like few ideas of what we mentioned in order to make like your own research and then to be sure on what you invest on or not. Just like it's also something to just like if you don't want to speculate or whatsoever, just like write it down. Okay, today I would have bought, if I had the money, like this NFT number 2381 at 200 Solana because I think it can go up in price, and then you check later on your prediction, your justification, why you invest in it, and so on. Try to have like some kind like not a quantitative approach, but still find stuff that makes your investment thesis very relevant and very different to other people, to make sure that you are investing money the right way. So it's way more like for an education purposes than really like trying to give investment advice. I really like I'm repeating a bit myself, but it's really to make sure things are clear. So hope you enjoyed like this presentation. We will do other ones soon, and see you for the next video.